Today we're finally going to be taking a look at a set of ND filters for the Mavic 2 Zoom. What's great about these filters is the fact that they are OEM. They are DJI's official ND filters, and we're going to take a look at them. What's up everybody, welcome back to Phones, Drones, Tech. I'm Original Dobo, and if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button at the end of the video. Official ND filters for the Mavic 2 Zoom are finally available. You can pick them up on DJI's website. I'll include a link in the description below where you can pick these up for yourself. The best part about these filters, besides the fact that they are official, is that they're incredibly cheap. They're $59.99, but then wait, DJI hits you with a $15 shipping charge, which I guess really isn't that bad for official filters, but I would like to see them make shipping a little bit more affordable. Inside the box, you get a set of 4 filters. They do include a nice little carrying case for you. It's a really small carrying case, which is great because you could just throw it in your pocket or your gear bag and not really have to worry about it. You get 4 filters, as I said. You have an ND4, ND8, ND16, and an ND32. More than enough to accommodate you any time of day that you try to shoot. Taking off the original lens cap on the Mavic 2 Zoom takes a little bit of work. They have some sort of like Loctite or something on there to keep it from shaking loose. So it does take a little bit of force, but once you get it off, you'll be able to put the new one on with ease. Just make sure it's nice and secure, but not too tight. You'll notice that there's like some thread lock in there. But I found just holding the gimbal with one hand and then just sort of using the fingers to keep the gimbal stable works really well. The gimbal guard will accommodate these filters. There's really no size difference, which is good to see. I know some gimbal guards, you can't put your ND filter on with the gimbal guard, but that's not the case here. They will work with any or gimbal guard. Now that we have the product unboxed, it's installed, it's on, let's go ahead and take this out and do a flight with it. We're going to be using ND16, ND32. It is fairly bright outside, so we need those filters to be able to do this demonstration. The idea is that you want to keep your shutter double your frame rate. So in this case, I'm shooting at 30 FPS, so I want to keep my shutter at 60. Let's go ahead and give this a go and see how well it does. We're going to first start out with no ND filter and just see what the cars look like, and then take a look at the tower. And now let's do the same shot, same position, take a look at the cars and take a look at the tower with the ND16. Now I know it's a really subtle difference, but for me, I noticed that there's a little bit more saturation. Whites aren't quite as blown out with the ND filters, and I can also notice a little bit more of that natural motion blur. When you have your shutter speed set really high, you'll notice you don't get that natural motion blur. And now that I have ND filters here, I can see and notice a little bit of motion blur. It's subtle, but it's still there nonetheless. Now, unlike the Pro version, the Zoom does not have a variable aperture, so we absolutely need ND filters to be able to get that super smooth cinematic footage. Not only that, it'll keep the footage from getting choppy when you are filming at different frame rates. So I went ahead and compiled some footage here because the last time I flew here was the first time I flew the Zoom. So I wanted to go ahead and take a look at it now since I finally got ND filters here to see how it did. honestly, all in all, after looking at that footage and the cost of the ND filters, I really think that it's like, it shouldn't even be optional. You should just absolutely buy yourself a set of ND filters. Again, for $59.99, this is definitely the way to go if you are going to get the zoom version. You can get some really nice, crisp shots with ND filters, super saturation, and honestly, it looks good. Now, one thing I didn't get a chance to really mention is that if you are going to be using the zoom feature, just keep in mind that you will have to change your shutter speed just a little bit to accommodate the fact that the zoom feature is not on a fixed aperture. That's the only thing that I wish DJI would have did a little bit differently, was made it just a fixed aperture across the board, but they didn't. But in any event, just something to keep in mind because it isn't fixed. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like and hit the subscribe button again if you already haven't. And I will catch you in the next one. Stay original.